here or the chicken here and the rice there, it doesn't matter. Because guess what? They break within 2 or 3 times of using them. My wife came home with these one time and I was like, really? Unmotivated. I was like, am I really going to be bothered by the stupid hand thing I'm using? It doesn't matter what you use, because guess what? In here, I like it better in here now, of course, because I mix it all up together. After I have a little bit of everything, I mix it into one big mess, and that's how I eat it. So it doesn't matter how or what you put your meal prep in. You just want it to be plastic, microwavable, freezable, so you can freeze it, microwave it, vice versa, whatever order you want. All right, so now I will show you. I got the broccoli almost done. The rice is almost done. Rice is looking good. All I do, a little bit of salt, a little bit of garlic or onion, whichever one I feel like. Mix it around. Once again, for you guys that aren't measuring your stuff and you're just trying to do this for the health sake and being a little healthier and meal preps for so you don't have to go to McDonald's on your lunch break or whatever, do 2 big scoops, 2 or 3 big scoops of rice, that handful of chicken, and that handful of broccoli. Then whatever spice you want or you don't want, if you want something else, I use the jalapenos, you can do whatever. And then what I do is I go hard with this. This is my lifesaver. This makes it different every time I eat it. Chalululu. They got hot sauce chipotle. We got chili lime. We got, and you're probably wondering what the hell is on my elbow. That thing that I just got it. It's not bad. Just trying it out. A little tight. But those sauces, I put something new on every time. It's like a different meal. It is honestly, I promise you, it doesn't get old. It tastes so good. You want it so bad. All right, so I'll be back in about 4 or 5 minutes, and I'll show you how I finish the prep of the veggies, the greens, and the rice, and then show you how to cook the chicken. So the broccoli's done. It's over here. It's steaming, beautiful. All right, and like I said, I'm going to be measuring things out because I'm trying to do something way crazy. A competition way crazy. You got to write down the macros, keep track, so you can adjust things on the daily basis. But if you're just trying to lose fat, lose a little bit of weight, this is all you got to do. Grab 3, 4, or 5, whatever your preference is. 3, 4, or 5 pieces, and just jam them. Just put them in. All right. So for me, that's 3. All right, 3 or 4 jams it in. Now, because I've measured this so many times, I know that is 100 grams, around 100 grams. And the reason I do things in 100 grams is when you look it up on the internet, it pops up in 100 grams. So it's so much easier for me to write things down. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put 100 grams in each of these. So I got all the broccoli done. Bang. All measured out. Bang, bang. All right. And that's for, like I said, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 days. 9 meals. Doesn't have to be days. Sometimes I'll eat 2. But I'm different. If this is your lunch, you would bring 1. This would be your lunch. This would be 1. And you would put enough of everything in it that you would get full, basically. The rice with the full 6 to 8 ounces of chicken and the broccoli would definitely make you full. So I have the broccoli cooling down over here. What I like to do now is when I go measure my my rice out, I put 2 pans on. I turn on the heat to medium, medium high, and I want the pans to be hot. So when I put the chicken on, it starts sizzling and going right away if I'm in a time crunch. Otherwise, it's nice to cook it about 3 minutes to 4 minutes on each side, and it's already done. You don't need to sit there forever. So I like cooking with a hot pan, kind of 2 at once, and then I like to watch it because I don't want to overcook it, because if you freeze it, overcook it, and microwave it, it is nasty. I made that mistake once, and it's like chewing beef jerky, and then you also don't want it raw, so I just like to be over the chicken when I'm cooking the chicken, which I'll show you in about a minute. So I measured out the rice, all done, except one little problem. Not enough rice for this one. So this is how easy it is. I combined the broccoli in one and gave one piece to each of them. So now I have a little bit more broccoli in each one. Oh well, I lost one meal. I didn't measure it out quite right. Not a big deal. I'm not going to stress over it or get mad. So instead of 9 meals, I have 8. So the next time I measure out rice, I'll remember 2 cups of rice gives me 8. So next time I'll do 3 cups of rice, so I have like 10 or 11, which I should have known because one time I did do 11. So shows how much I pay attention. All right, so I got those done. They're cooling. Now I'm going to go do the chicken. I'm going to go over here, check the pans. They're good. They might sizzle. We'll find out. Come over here. I'm just going to lay a couple and then turn the camera off because I don't want to get nasty chicken all over my phone. I use olive oil, the Superior Non-Stick Pan for the bottom. Spray them good. This one's ready to go because it's brown. And you just start plopping them on and you'll hear them sizzle. And that's what you want. Sizzling like that and make it cook quicker. Probably about 3 minutes each side. Because the chicken that I get is never frozen. It's grass-fed and all that good stuff. So I will show you about halfway through the cook what it looks like and how it's going. About halfway done with the cooking process, and you see it looks good. You don't want to dry it out, so that's why I'm standing over it and flipping it after 3 minutes. And then if it looks good, I'll flip it maybe one more time. Test the piece out, because like I said, you do not want to overcook chicken and freeze it because it will be really rough to eat. So I will show you how to measure it out when you're done. Finishing the last stages of the chicken. I just forgot. You don't have to use rice. You can use white rice. You can use lentils. You could do 50-50. You could do 50% lentils, 50% rice. But you want one of those kind of starchy, kind of like filling carbohydrates. Because there's good carbs, there's bad carbs, and there's carbs that make you full. And for me, a good handful or 2 of white rice or brown rice especially, it makes me full. And that's kind of what you want when you're trying this weight loss thing or trying to get in shape, and you know you're a little discouraged because you're super hungry all the time and you're like, I can't get to my 4 o'clock workout because it's 1 o'clock and I'm freaking hungry and I just ate lunch. So you want to fill your stuff with more heavy grains, good carbs at first, to kind of help you lose weight. Don't pack in protein. Don't put in like 2 chicken breasts and a small little scoop of rice because you're going to be hungry in 10 minutes. If anything, I know this is crazy because a lot of you probably think that you want no carbs in your diet, and I'll explain that a whole nother video. Like I said, with the macronutrition, you do need carbs. You need lots of carbs, good carbs, especially if you're going to work out, especially if you want your body to burn fat. So what you want to do is put more rice, if anything, and less chicken. If you had to make one of the 2 choices, go with more rice, less chicken. Okay? You want to be full. All right? So that's one of the things you want to put in there. So I got my green in there. I got my rice in there, and now I'm just waiting for that chicken. Put in some jalapenos. Put in a little sauce. I can put the sauce in and let it marinate overnight in the freezer, or I can put it on sauce as I microwave it. A lot of you might be wondering, you know, the Cholula sauce, however you say it, that's how I say it, and I love it. You're not a fan of it? Go ahead and put some teriyaki. Put some teriyaki sauce in your rice and chicken. The sauces aren't going to kill you guys. Okay, a little bit of sauce here and there is not a bad thing. I might even have some. Hold on. I might even have some stir-fried chicken teriyaki sauce. I do have some. 15 calories, 0 fat, 3 carbs, 2 sugar. Go ahead. That's 1 tablespoon. Put 2 or 3 tablespoons on. You're just getting a little bit of sugar. Okay? So if you need to, you put it on your broccoli too. If you can't eat this stuff out of a freezer plain when you microwave it, you don't like this hot sauce, do some teriyaki. Put a little honey glaze on. you'll figure out something that works. For me, it's the Cholulu, it's the jalapeno sauce, and I love it, and it makes me want it every day. I can't wait to put the sauce on and eat the chicken and the rice and mix it all together. And like I said, broccoli goes first. If you're having, problems with somebody stealing your sauces, you bring them to work and you only got 25 minutes and the sauce is always gone or somebody uses it, put the sauce on, a lot of it, on the top, freeze it. It'll stay on the top. When you microwave it, you'll mix it in, you'll never know it was frozen. I promise you. I did it the first couple times by accident, and now I just do it because I like it. So the chicken's steaming. I'm going to measure it out because protein is the biggest thing that I'm measuring right now. I mean, I'm measuring them all, but protein is the hardest for me to get in, so I'm going to put a little bit extra, maybe 1 or 2 ounces more in. I don't want to get too crazy because I like the way I've been eating every couple hours, and it feels good. It makes me feel full. Throughout the day. I have no urges for anything else but what I'm eating. So I'm going to fill these up with chicken. For you, if you're just doing the average person, do 2 scoops, do 2 handfuls. Don't do any more, don't do any less. If you're not huge into protein, maybe do a scoop and do extra rice. If you love protein, do 2 scoops and maybe, a little less rice. But like I said, the rice is going to get you full. All right, so I'm going to do this quick and show you after. So here's the finished product. Yum. So good. Only needs a little Cholulu sauce. Oh, again, look. Sometimes things go wrong. I didn't have enough chicken because Walmart sells it a little different. Each package, it's not what it says it is in the ounces. Because when I measured it, I'm off about 4 ounces. So you can't always trust the Walmart labels. That's why you measure your food. So they shorted me a little bit, but that's okay. Okay, so I've got everything I need done. That'll get me 8 meals. They shorted me a little bit, like I said, but all I'm going to do is I'm going to make a burger and use this. And that's simple. And I know the nutritions of the burger, the macronutrients of the burger, I just substitute it in. Usually what I do is about 4 of these would be meat. But I did so much meat last week. I'm going to make burgers twice a week this week. So I'm going to do this every other day. And I know exactly what's in it. It's roughly 350 calories, 3 or maybe 3 grams of fat. I want to say 35 to 40 carbs and 50 protein. But I added an extra ounce, so it's probably like 55 to 56 protein, which is huge, what I need. So that's it. Now I put the lids on. I put all of them in the freezer because I have 2 in the fridge right now. Here you go. I'm going to show you. 2 in the fridge right now. I will open it for you in a second. Then when I eat the one tomorrow from the fridge, I will take one of these, put it under the one that's in the fridge. Always have 2 in the fridge at a time. That's how I do it. Gives this time to thaw. 1 whole day, 1 day and a half, and you don't even notice it was frozen. So that's how easy it is to meal prep, guys. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I know this video was rough to watch. Maybe I'll edit it. Probably not. It took me what looks like 42 minutes plus another 10 minutes. So about 52 minutes to an hour to do this. And now comes the hard part. Harder than any of this is the dishes. That's the hardest part of doing this.